Hello, I'm Melissa Antoine, and we are reporting today from UW-Whitewater's Communication Sciences and Disorders Department. And we have a special report today on sound levels and children's hearing health. To kick off this special report, we take you live to the Toy Barn retail store with special guest Elizabeth Vransky, a member of UW-Whitewater's Communication Sciences and Disorders undergraduate research team.
Hello, thank you for having me on today, Alyssa. I would like to share some recent data evaluating sound levels of children's toys.
Excuse me, but what are you holding?
Well, I'm glad you asked. This is a sound level meter. It is a device used to measure the intensity or loudness in decibels.
What's a decibel?
Well, a decibel is a unit used to measure sound intensity. For example, a normal conversation like you and I are having is typically a level of about 60 to 70 decibels, where a lawnmower is about a level of 90 decibels.
Well, that makes sense. But why do you have the sound level meter in the toy store?
Well, my colleagues and I, we use the sound level meter to measure the top-rated toys in 3 different age categories in order to understand how children's toys might impact their hearing health. We actually found that a lot of the toys could be harmful to their hearing. Here is our list of our children's toys. So for our different categories, we did infants ranging from birth to 2 years, and for toddlers we did about 2 to 4 years, and for our school age kids we did about 4 to 6 or 7 years of age for the toys. When it came to the infants, our highest level for our decibel was 109.4 decibels. Now, if your child is exposed to it for 30 minutes or more, that could make an impact on their hearing. For the toddlers, our highest level for the toys was 122.6 decibels. So if your child were to be playing with that for 10 minutes or more, that would already make an impact on their hearing. And lastly, for the school age kids, the highest decibel was 95.5 for the toys. So if your child were playing with it for 4 hours or longer, it would make an impact on their hearing.
Drat! I just bought my son's birthday present and one of the toys is on your list. Should I return the toy?
Well, there are actually some ways to protect your child's hearing without returning the toys. Some toys come with the ability to turn down the volume, or you can simply put tape over the speaker. The longer the child is exposed to the high intensity sound, the more likely they are to develop hearing loss.
How do you know if my child's toy is dangerous? Do I have to buy a sound level meter?
Although not completely accurate, there are free sound level apps you can download on your mobile device, and these can give you an estimate of the toy's sound level. On average, you want to avoid lengthy exposure to sound levels over 85 decibels. This general rule can help guide caregivers as they make toy purchases and structure playtime to prevent hearing loss. Thank you for asking, and we're going to go back to the studio.
Thanks, Elizabeth. I am sure caregivers watching today have a new appreciation for preventative measures to protect their children's hearing. Now we bring you an exclusive sit-down interview with Dr. Morgan of Cordi.
Today I am here with Dr. Morgan of Cordi, who is going to discuss the warning signs of children's hearing loss and how to prevent hearing loss among children. Welcome, Dr. Morgan of Cordi.
Hello, and thanks for having me today.
Thank you for coming. So I know that hearing is something we use every day, but you have mentioned in your recent memoir that often we overlook the long-term effects of early noise exposure.
Yeah, many people fail to take action to prevent hearing loss before it's too late. And with changes in technology, our world is only getting more noisy. So good hearing health practices are best implemented at a very young age because you can't reverse the effects of hearing loss. And what better place to start positive hearing health habits than in childhood?
Yeah, so I know that I often think of hearing loss as an adult issue, specifically thinking about noise-induced hearing loss, which occurs from occupational noise exposure. But you are saying that noise-induced hearing loss can occur in infancy?
Yeah, actually loud sounds can cause damage to hearing at any age. So recent reports indicate that some children's toys can produce sounds over 115 decibels, which can cause hearing changes from only 15 minutes of exposure.
Wow, I guess I'll have to take away some of my children's toys. So, what are some symptoms or signs of hearing loss in young children?
A common symptom of noise-induced hearing loss is buzzing or ringing in the ears. The buzzing or ringing in your ears is tinnitus, and children who are verbal may report that they hear noises in their ears. So infants, they're born with a startle reflex to loud sounds. So if you drop a pan and the infant does not startle, that may be a sign of hearing loss. Another sign of loss is if a child fails to attend to sounds. So, for example, children with hearing loss will not turn and look at you if you call their name from behind them. If a child is not babbling by 6 months of age or starting to say their first words by at least 18 months, they may have a hearing loss. And school-age children may report feeling tired because listening all day with a hearing loss takes a lot of cognitive effort. If you notice any of these signs, you should ask your primary caregiver or audiologist for a hearing screen or a hearing evaluation.
Well, it is good to know what caregivers should watch for and how that also differs for the child's age. But what can we do to prevent a hearing loss from loud sounds such as children's toys?
Playtime is an important part of child development. There are many toys out there that facilitate creative play and development and don't make any noise at all. You can reduce noise by not purchasing noisy toys, or however, there are some things you can do to modify how children use and interact with toys that make noise. Hearing loss prevention techniques revolve around 3 main concepts: duration, distance, and reduction. First, you may want to limit the duration of play with sound-generating toys. The child can play for shorter periods of time or take breaks between using the sound features. And additionally, you can have the child place the toy further from their ears. Think about infants who are not mobile. Trying not to set the sound-generating toys close to them because they cannot move away from the toy on their own. Lastly, a caregiver can reduce the noise level by placing tape over the speaker or adjusting the volume. Toys that have a digital component often have volume settings. If a toy requires headphones, they are level limiting headphones. So this means I highly recommend these for children since they will not let the volume go above 70 decibels, no matter how much they crank the volume. But I also feel that every young child should have a set of earmuffs or hearing protection. This can be worn outside the home or to fireworks or to sporting events or concerts. Infant and child earmuffs can be purchased for roughly $10 to $20 online, and it's a solid investment in hearing health.
All right. Well, unfortunately, we are out of time, but thank you so much for sharing your expertise on child hearing loss today.
Yeah, you're more than welcome.
All right. Well, if you would like to know more information related to today's happy segment, you can visit the following link to learn more.
Thank you for taking the time to educate yourself on children's hearing health. I hope you learned valuable information and can serve as an advocate for yourself, your children, and others. Thank you for watching and happy listening.